Imagine an ancient civilization, etching monumental designs across a desert floor, so vast they can only truly be appreciated from thousands of feet in the air. We're talking about symbols larger than football fields, depicting everything from hummingbirds to humanoids. But here's the kicker. This civilization didn't have airplanes, hot air balloons, or any known form of aerial flight. So, how did they create them, and why? To understand this profound mystery, we need to journey back to the desert plains of Peru, to a time roughly between 500 BCE and 500 CE, when the Nazca culture flourished. The Nazca lines are not just a few isolated drawings, they are a sprawling collection of over 300 stunning geoglyphs distributed across 450 square kilometers of arid land. These aren't crude sketches, they are precise, intricate designs. From geometric patterns, trapezoids and spirals, to incredibly detailed depictions of animals like monkeys, spiders, lizards, pelicans, hummingbirds, and even a mysterious figure dubbed the Astronaut. Each line is a shallow trench, about 10 to 15 centimeters deep, made by removing the reddish-brown surface pebbles to expose the lighter-colored subsoil beneath. The sheer scale and precision of these earthworks are astonishing. For centuries, these colossal drawings lay hidden in plain sight, protected by the remarkably stable, windless, and dry desert environment. They were likely only ever observed in their true entirety by the occasional condor soaring high above. It wasn't until the 1920s, with the advent of commercial aviation, that humans truly began to grasp the magnitude of what lay etched into the Nazca Plateau. Pilots flying over the region reported seeing incredible patterns beneath them, igniting a worldwide fascination that continues to this day. But the more we learn about them, the more questions arise. Who made these, and for whom? The initial discoverers, peering down from their rudimentary aircraft, immediately recognized that whoever created these masterworks possessed not only incredible artistic talent, but also an advanced understanding of geometry and, perhaps most bafflingly, an ability to visualize on a grand scale without an overhead perspective. The common theories often begin with practical explanations. Some argue the lines were ancient astronomical observatories designed to track celestial bodies, marking important solstices or equinoxes, perhaps predicting rainfall in a perpetually parched land. Maria Reicher, a German mathematician and archaeologist who dedicated over 40 years of her life to studying and preserving these lines, championed this theory. She believed the spider represented the Orion constellation and the monkey, Ursa Major. She meticulously mapped and measured countless geoglyphs, convinced they were an enormous calendar or an astronomical guide. But not all lines align precisely with celestial events, leaving holes in this neat explanation. Another compelling theory suggests the lines acted as pathways or markers for ritualistic ceremonies. The Nazca people were deeply spiritual, and many of the animal figures hold religious significance in their culture. Perhaps they were sacred routes leading to temples or processional paths for rituals performed directly on the lines themselves, appealing to their gods for water. A constant struggle in the Nazca Desert. Imagine a spiritual journey, tracing the outline of a colossal hummingbird on foot, each step infused with reverence and prayer. Archaeologists have also unearthed evidence of ceremonial offerings near some of the geoglyphs, bolstering the idea of their ritualistic purpose. But if they were paths, why construct them so large that their full form is lost to ground-level observers? Perhaps the most intriguing, and indeed radical theory, was proposed by Erich von Däniken, a Swiss author who popularized the ancient astronaut hypothesis. Von Däniken famously suggested that the Nazca Lines were ancient airstrips or landing guides for extraterrestrial visitors. His books, starting with Chariots of the Gods in 1968, captivated millions, fueling the idea that primitive civilizations couldn't have achieved such feats without help from advanced beings. While widely dismissed by mainstream archaeology for its lack of scientific evidence, the sheer scale and aerial perspective required for the lines do make one wonder. Could the long, straight trapezoids, some stretching for kilometers, truly be runways for alien craft? Even if it sounds far-fetched, it speaks to the fundamental perplexity of the Nazca Lines. They seem designed for an audience that wasn't human, or at least not human as we understand it in that era. Yet more grounded theories propose ingenious methods for their creation. Researchers have replicated smaller sections of the lines using only the tools available to the Nazca people: simple wooden stakes, ropes, and observational skills. By establishing a central point and radiating lines, or by using a grid system, surprisingly accurate large-scale designs can be achieved. It's theorized that the Nazca culture might have used elevated vantage points like hillsides or even simple scaffolding and kites to check the accuracy of their work during construction. They were masters of surveying, despite their seemingly primitive technology. The desert's unique climate also plays a role in their preservation. A surface layer of dark rocks absorbs heat, creating an insulating layer of air that protects the lighter soil beneath from erosion, effectively acting as a natural preservative for millennia. But even with these explanations for how they were made, the primary question persists: why this incredible effort on this massive scale, primarily visible from above? Ultimately, the Nazca Lines remain an enigma, a colossal art gallery etched into the earth, constantly challenging our understanding of ancient human ingenuity and belief systems. Were they astronomical calendars, telling a story of the stars? Were they elaborate pathing for ancient religious ceremonies, a plea to distant gods for life-giving water? Were they an offering to the deities of the sky, whose perspective they seem to covet? Or do they hint at something far more extraordinary, something that transcends our current understanding of ancient human capabilities? What they unmistakably tell us is that the Nazca people possess not only an incredible artistic vision, but also a profound spiritual connection to their environment and the cosmos. To this day, we may never know the definitive truth behind the Nazca Lines, but their silent, colossal presence continues to whisper tales of a lost world, inviting us to look up, to wonder, and to question just how much we truly know about the past.